is good, YouTube? Wade basketball analysis coming to you out a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Wade basketball analysis. I'm going to check out the video. What's good, YouTube? Wade basketball analysis coming to you out with a quick video. We're going to talk about Omer Asik and him being released from the Chicago Bulls. Now, Omer Asik is not a superstar. He's not a great player. He's not a dominant player. He's a player that's been around in the league for a couple years, and a lot of people know who he is if they watch basketball because he started on some teams like the Pelicans and the Rockets that was very popular, even going to the Chicago Bulls twice in the beginning of his career and obviously now and ending his career. And he did play a couple games this year. He's still 7 feet, 255 pounds, 32 years old. He's still young, not really that old, and he never really was a guy that was great because of athleticism. He always been a big body that can protect the paint decently and be a solid rebounder if he had got the minutes. His worst part about him was that he was never able to evolve into anything more than just a solid big. He never was able to be a great offensive player, never was a great free throw shooter, and never was the best defender on any team that he really was on. But he was a guy that knew his role. He got the dunks. He stayed around the rim. He knew his game, and he didn't try to stray away from it too much. Obviously, he had some injuries that really slowed him down, and teams started to see that he started to get phased out. They paid him in New Orleans. They thought that he'd be a solid player, playing 76 games and starting 76 of them that year. And then obviously he had played 68 games and 64 games he started, and injuries started taking a toll on him. The Pelicans finally had gave up on him and traded him for Nikola Mirotic, who has been exceptional for them, giving them a guy that can rebound and score the ball, something that Omer Asik really struggles with and never could really do, even when he was in Chicago and Houston in the beginning of his career. And obviously getting a piece like Mirotic was very excellent for them because he can shoot the three, play with AD as a floor spacer, and be able to still rebound the ball, and he can create off his own, depending on the situation, depending on who guarded him, and he can post up. So Omer Asik is one of those dated centers that he really has no place in the league. He was mostly known as a guy that was dirty, not dirty as a dirty player, but more of a dirty work guy. He was going to get the rebounds. He was going to try to give you hard fouls. He was going to set hard screens and make it tough for you to get through him because he was a brick wall when you're 7 feet, 255 pounds at that time and still now, and he had some mobility too. But his ability to have versatility and not being able to evolve with the game, being able to shoot the basketball, handle the basketball, shoot threes, that's something that he never even came close to developing. And let's be real, 5 years ago, you didn't really have to do those things until Draymond and other players came along and started bringing in small ball, which kind of phased him out. And that's why I made this video, as you guys can see in the title, that will Omer Asik be back in the league? He still is big. He still can do the small things like making the correct pass, rolling to the rim. Obviously, he's going through arthritis right now, so he's going to be sidelined. So do you guys really think that Omer Asik's career is over? Do you think he was washed up? Do you think he is done? He is 32, like I said before, so he has a lot of time to really sit down, get healthy, and it's still a long season. It's not even halfway through, so he still has a chance to be good enough to make the roster. Will he play? It's going to be very difficult to play him nowadays because of his ability not to be a great offensive player, and he really can't bring anything to the table besides dunk. And he is another guy that if he is in the game, you can always foul him because he's never been a great free throw shooter, and that's been one of his biggest weaknesses. Definitely in the NBA, not even being able to shoot over 60% for one season. In the season that he did, he only played 48 games and started 19 when he shot 60%. So Omer Asik it's crazy. I was surprised that he still was actually in the league because he hasn't really been playing that much even after the trade. So I thought that he would have been gone. But for him to just now get waived, it's kind of crazy that at the end of the day that the Chicago Bulls finally say, hey, we made this trade basically to dump your salary And they basically waited that year and dumped it because his contract is partially guaranteed for next year, which means they didn't have to pay it all the way through. So they'd be paying him around 14 million. Plus, he can still get picked up over off the waivers if he does come back healthy and pass physicals. And on top of that, be good enough to make a roster for people want to keep him because it's very difficult to make rosters now because of the G League and overseas. If he really was getting picked up or somebody who really was interested, it's going to be a lot of competition, honestly, because he is coming off an injury with the arthritis, and arthritis is something that's not curable. You only can really shave it off. If you can't do that, you basically stuck with it. So I think that it ain't going to end his career or ruin his career, but I think his ability not to evolve is the thing that really hurted his career because he really has no role besides being a guy that can set screens and rebound because he's not going to be quick and fast enough with the power forwards and the centers and the small ball to really get that much space to roll to the rim and dunk. Yeah, he is a big body, but you still got to get to the rim. You still got to do it quick enough before the help defense come or the rotation come. And I don't know if he's quick and fast enough and mobile enough to do that anymore, which really hurts his value too. So I think Omer Asik, for him to be 32, the biggest reason why you're picking him up is because you need a big body. Other than that, I don't see really no real reason to pick him up because I don't even think he can give you 10 rebounds a game at this point in his career and at the stage that he's at. So at the end of the day, um, Omer Asik might be done. I'd be surprised if he stays on the roster by the end of this season. Now, if he get picked up or he goes to the G League or he tries out for a team and make the roster on a 10-day, I wouldn't be surprised if he got a couple 10-day contracts this season. But I definitely, at this point of his career, be surprised if he got anything more than a 10-day contract. And even if you get a 10-day contract, I think that you can find more versatile and more diverse players on the market, especially when the not free agency, trade deadline come. It's going to be a lot of players getting bought out, and it's going to be a lot of players getting done playing overseas, and that will make it available for him to then get competition for being a big man that really can't do much. So it's going to be even harder for him to secure a contract considering that he's waived, going to make him cheap to get. So it's not going to be like they're going to be wasting a lot of money. It's just, do you want Omer Asik to take up that roster space? There's a lot of forwards and centers that can do more than him overseas right now, and they'll be ready to go by trade deadline. And then you also got guys that's still waiting in the G League to come up and get one of those roster spots. And I think that's one of the toughest things in the NBA this year and the last 3 years is the G League. You always got to be watching and really working hard and really leaving the right impressions on teams because of the fact that it's so many guys that they can scout, they can play, and they can utilize anytime they want to because of the G League, and they can always bring them up and try them out in the NBA system and then practice to see where their mind is at and how they play. So I do think that this might be the end of Asik. And it's mostly because he's been injured and he hasn't been able to really add anything to his game because of the injuries and because he never had it in his game. He was basically a dinosaur, like they call Rondo, but Rondo was able to change and get more adapted to the fast pace and making plays, but also now he's more aggressive scoring the basketball than he was then. But this is really the modern day dinosaur, which is Omer Asik. He's basically not even needed in the NBA right now because we're starting to see guys that 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" play the center position, which will draw him out of the paint, making it even tougher for him to defend because they're going to put him on skates if he switch. And that's another thing with the NBA so based on switching now. Can he even guard a point guard? Can he even guard a shooting guard? Can he even protect the rim mobilely to even protect the rim and get rebounds? Do we even have that left in this game? And if he can't even rebound, what is he on the court for? What is he taking your roster spot up when roster spots are so valuable because of the G League now overseas players? So I don't really see a way that, 2 years from now, I think he'll be done. I think that his career is basically at the end. It's just a lot of the teams are going to try him out and try to utilize him with that roster spot. But I doubt that even if he make a roster spot, it'd kind of be like Kendrick Perkins, where he's not going to really play or contribute that much to the team's success or even get valuable minutes when it matters. Kendrick Perkins was able to make a comeback. He was able to make a roster, and he didn't really play or do anything anyway. And he's basically on the same level as Asik. I'd rather have Kendrick Perkins than Asik, but at the same time, that just show you where Asik is at in his career right now. This was a guy that got extended multiple times. This is a guy that people traded for. This is a guy that was starting on that Houston team not too long ago. And now this is a guy that might not even have a spot or even the ability to finish his career in the NBA this season. Yeah, he did play 4 games. Yeah, he still showed that he can be a rotation player depending on what team. But with the roster spots being so empty, where they can waive you, give you non-guaranteed contracts, give you 10-day contracts to really try you out, to really use you, and to really see if they really want to keep you or they can have a spot for you on the roster. It's just a high commodity right now to keep your roster spots open so you can sign and trade and get certain players. And it's all about availability. Will he be healthy? Will he be able to play? Will he be able to contribute? Is he really worth $1 million? Is he really worth a roster spot? I think those are the questions that he's in right now, and that just show you how dark it has gotten for him when he just fighting just to be on a roster spot, not even to get minutes. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm overrating them, underrating them? Do you think that I'm blowing it out of proportion? Do you think I'm right on, I'm right on target with this? Because I don't really see a role for him besides being a big body that can really set good screens and rebound at least 3 to 5 a game. Other than that, switching wise, mobility wise, defensively, offensively, he really don't have a place in this league anymore because how the game has evolved in the last 5 years since he's been in the league, and his value is basically deteriorating every single year, in every single month because of the roster spots being so open, and you can always sign and use other players on cheap, non-guaranteed contracts, which he might be getting, but will he be on the roster by the end of this year? That's the question that we will have to wait and find out. Let me know if you're a fan of his. Let me know if you want to see him do better. Let me know you think he still can play. Should he be in the league, or do you think he's done just like a lot of people are starting to say, or do you think, I'm sleeping on him? Let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link will be in the description, comment section below. Check out my Spreadshirt. There you can find t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies. All available on my Spreadshirt. You can also find phone cases, pillowcases, and water bottles on my Spreadshirt. Also, if you want a t-shirt like this, you can message me on my Facebook page, and I can get one shipped out to you through Facebook also, and these are only available on Facebook while other stuff is available only on my Spreadshirt. Got to switch it up, got to have different options for you guys because I love making these videos. You guys enjoy watching them. Quinn Wade, Basketball Analysis, I'm gone. Check out my older videos, binge watch them for the preseason. Also watch my videos consistently because I'm going to be uploading throughout the whole month. And if you're a fan of this video, check out my other ones and you'll be a fan then because I do great videos. So I'm gone, and let me know what you guys think about Omer Asik. Do we get a roster spot? Do he get more playing time? Is he done? We don't know. We have to see and wait and find out. But until then, give me a prediction. Do you think he got 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years left in the league? Or is this his last stint in the league because he has really been hurting his reputation with injuries and his ability not to be modern? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.